Hi everyone, it's Ryan. In this video, I'm going to be decorating some simple ornament cookies, so hopefully you enjoy. Okay, to start off with on these cookies, I am going to just cut a small-ish hole in the tip of this dark green. This is the outline consistency. So we are going to do an outline here, and I want it to be a very good outline because these are going to be very full cookies. These cookies are about 4 inches around, so they are quite large. And oh, that still has gold on it. So we want to make sure that we have a good structure for the outside for our flood icing so that it doesn't get too crazy. We don't want it to overflow. All right, so now we are going to flood the cookie, and I have a plate standing by because we are going to add some clear sanding sugar sprinkles to these. So I want them to look kind of like glittery and snowy. So, like I said, I want a nice and full flood on these cookies. So, might look like I'm going a little overboard, but I just want them to be nice and full. I don't want them to dent in the center. If that happens to you, that means that your cookies you don't have enough icing on your cookie. So let's give it a little shake to level it out here. All right. Now we're gonna gently pick it up, put it on our plate, and the plate is there simply to catch the sprinkles. I'm keeping an eye on right here because it does look like it is about to overflow. So just gonna keep an eye on it for a second. Gonna take my scribe and just pull the icing away a little bit from that side, because I do believe it was going to overflow. So we're just going to pull it to the center. It is starting to set up a little bit, so I'm trying to work quickly. And again, I am, like, as irritating as this is for me to happen on a video that I'm doing, I am actually happy that it's happening because I can show you guys what to do to fix if you have that issue. So in a way it's great, as much as it drives me absolutely insane. So I'm going to tap on the bottom of the plate to try to get these spots to flatten out a little bit more. Just give them a little nudge. Just give them a little tap and it should help. Try and get rid of some of these lines. Okay, so now I'm going to take my sprinkles and I'm going to start up at the top, fairly heavy up at the top, and then just sort of let them cascade down. I don't want to go the whole way. But but I want to make sure that it's going to give the effect that I want it to. So there we go for that one. Gently and very level, pick it up and move it to your sheet tray. That one is going to have me holding my breath because it looks like it is still going to overflow. So with this one, I'm gonna do a little less. I have 2 to do in this color. So that one was for my nephew. And then this one, this color, will be for my niece and my daughter. All right, I definitely went small with that one. And the reason that I wanted to go small with this outline consistency tip was because I am going to write their names on all of these cookies. All right. So we are going to fill this one, and we are going to go lighter this time. I just had to stick my fan over by the green cookie in hopes that it will help the icing set up. So that is the humming noise that you hear. Sorry about that. All right, so we are going to just fill this cookie lightly with icing. So if you wanted to go overboard like that, I guess I should have cut the outline thicker, and I should have done a thicker flood consistency. But after my other video where I had some issues with my flood consistency being a little thicker, I didn't want to have that issue again. Now we've run into the opposite. All right. So now we're going to give this a little zhuzh. Get everything all flattened and evened out. Okay, so once again, we're going to transfer to this plate gently. Okay, and once again, we're gonna sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. And I am going heavy up here at the top because I want them to stick more. So I'm hoping that if I pile them on there, they'll stick more. So this one is going to go over here and dry. Now we have another pink, so I can hopefully speed through this, so you guys don't have to watch that. Or even watch it, but I'll speed through it. All right, so I just wiped off with a paintbrush the top portion of this where some of those extra sprinkles were. And you don't have to use yellow or gold or anything like that if you don't want to. I am using this color because it always looks really nice underneath the gold luster dust paint. So I'll do this again just to make it a little thicker. Okay, so we're just making that top. So this needs to dry, the yellow part needs to dry so that we can then go in and paint with the gold. So we're going to do that on all of them. And when I bring my green over here, you will see that I did have a bit of an issue, but I, for the most part, fixed it. And with this gold, I do like to leave those ridges rather than smooth them out because, you know, the top of ornaments a lot of times have that metal that is not smooth. Okay, so here on the green, it did overflow a little bit. I took my scribe and scraped back and forth to get it to stop, and it did, thankfully. So don't panic if you have the same issue. So like I said, these are gonna have to dry for a little bit. Honestly, they don't have to dry for too terrible long before you paint them, but you just want there to be like a good crust on top. So I'm going to set these in front of a fan. Someone's awake from their nap. So I'm gonna set these in front of a fan and let them dry. Okay, so I still have the sugar sprinkles on top so they can set and dry into the icing. And then we are going to add some lemon extract to this gold luster dust and just mix that up with a paintbrush. And we are going to paint the top of these. Like I had said, you can just leave them the yellow gold if you want to. You can make them whatever color you want. I just like the way that the gold looks and I have it on hand. So that is just what I am going to do on these. And I am sort of doing these cookies to kind of test out the sugar crystals to make sure they're going to stick and do what I want them to, because I have some friends that wanted me to do some cookies for them for the holidays, and I want to make sure it's right before I send them out. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this. I figure why not go ahead and have some cookies for the family while we're at it. So this doesn't take very much gold to do these fine little details. So you can just wrap this up in plastic once it dries. Just leave it out on your counter to dry, and the extract will evaporate, and just leave it out to dry and then wrap it in plastic or put it in a Ziploc or something like that, just to keep, like, you know, dust away from it if it's going to be a while in between when you use them. Make sure you get everything coated, and yeah, that's it. I'm gonna wait a little while longer before I dump the sugar sprinkles off. I will include a picture at the end of what they look like. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this shorter little video, and hopefully you also think these are cute. So thanks for watching. Bye.